Good afternoon and welcome to the Medeski Stadium. It's the big final, the Under-15 Schools Cup for Girls between Shenfield High School and Thomas Telford School. Teams in goal: Sophie Clark, 14 is Mia Gray, 3 is Leanne Cato, 4 Chloe Eastwell, 5 Sadie Karan, 6 Maisie Garwood, 7 Ellen Hode, 8 is Lucy Edmeads, 9 Shannon Drew, 10 Sophie Nairo and 11 Jasnal Bolton. Jamie Rigg is the manager. As for Thomas Telford School, Lydia Simkis is in goal, 2 Sophie Jones, 3 Abigail Jones, 4 Anna Morfitt the captain, 5 Sienna Parrish, 6 Eleanor Vernon, 7 Macy Willis, 12 is Nicole Cousins, 9 Sadie Craig, 10 Jessica Jennings and 11 Emily Wotton. Anna Perks is the manager. She's got 3 days of action here at Reading with 3 different teams. She's going to be a busy lady. The substitutes, both teams: Emily Power, Olivia Gibbons, Sharon Maposa and Shannon DeBond are the Shenfield substitutes. Thomas Telford, Lauren White, Sophie Johnson, Natasha Bowater and Kia Patel.
Certainly, we saw Shenfield over at the Manchester City Academy in the Under-16 Schools Cup, and I think Lucy Edmeads was playing in there. She's also playing at the Under-15s. This, our referee is Claudia Myrick, Jordan Christopher and Chris Hames are our assistant referees, and Harry Hendricks is the 4th official here. Well, we're sort of we're living the high life here with so much good football on offer, and we're almost just trying to have a breather in between matches just to sort of have a rest and just take in what we've been seeing. I know you weren't able to hear the interviews, John, but both coaches are absolutely fantastic, and Ian Rawlings was tremendous for Thomas Telford. He really took his hat off to the other team and said they deserved to win. They were the better team on the day. And interestingly, talking to Craig Armstrong, the coach for team in blue, Northampton, he just he just said it was a wonderful occasion, and there's so much tactics going on, so many changes of position, and he it
really tests them, doesn't it?
Yeah,
he's absolutely right.
It's I'm sure their head's hurting by the end of it. It's like a big chess match out there. In fact, he sort of linked it to a chess match in the first half at times, and you're moving this player to stop that happening. And so here we are with this match, and here's a good run from Lucy Edmeads down the right hand side. She's still got the ball here. Oh my goodness, that's a corner. Goal. That could so easily have been her own goal.
Well, it was a great run, wasn't it, down that right-hand side from Lucy Edmeads.
Here we see.
You've got to say that Eleanor Vernon does very well to get back.
Ooh.
And then, unfortunately, just in the tackle to see the ball out, gets in a bit of a muddle.
Nicole Cousins there covering for her teammate.
Yep, she did well.
She did, absolutely.
Yeah, it was a fascinating game, wasn't it? The tactical changes in that game before this.
Yeah.
Well, there's a chance.
Oh, it's a goal to start with. My goodness, 1.5 minutes on the clock. And what a start this is. The cross came in. Can't see a number on the player who scored. I'll try and find out shortly. Number 10 who scored, Sophie Nairo. The cross comes in from Chloe Eastwell.
Well, it's a lovely short corner, isn't it? And it's a brilliant finish. She gets across the defender. Here, short one. They come out. Yep. The ball's whipped in. That's a fantastic ball.
Chloe Eastwell.
And you've got to say, she just gets herself across the defender, gets in there first. The deftest of touches, and, well, what a start to the game.
Well, that was an unexpected, but a quality cross from Chloe Eastwell. And here goes Shenfield again with Nairo, the goal scorer, number 10. That truly was a little unexpected, and all from that earlier move. How often does that happen in football? That earlier push. This is a ball over the top. The keeper's got to come and sort this one out. And it was that run by Lucy Edmeads in the end that was worthy of the goal.
Yep.
I was saying to John earlier this morning, actually, how noticeable it has been to see such an improvement in girls' game. And of course, we've had the Women's World Cup since last season, and the England team come through. What a ball that is through! Here's an opportunity for an equaliser. Good first touch, but superb defence.
Oh, and again, great tackle.
Referee might blow up here. No, she's left it to go, and a shot from distance and over the bar. Whoa! Now, if we can get a what a ball this is!
A brilliant ball, isn't it?
This is absolutely was worthy of a goal itself. It couldn't have been any better. And well, the Shenfield girls have a little laugh about this. Yeah, this is a bit later on. I thought that was
a penalty. Oh, sorry, I thought that was going to be blown up, like you said, for a free kick. It wasn't. They get the strike on goal, but it sails over the bar.
Yeah. Well, what an opening that's been. And of course, you know, one of the good things is we are playing with a lighter ball, and it has made a difference as well to girls' football for sure. Here comes Nairo. Cuts it inside. Sienna Parish clears it away. But Eastwell. Shenfield having a fair bit of possession here. Maisie Garwood. With the pink boots, it's going to be difficult to miss. Here comes Shannon Drew. Nice turn inside. She's only got one player. Oh, that's a lovely attempt.
Oh. I thought that was going to sail over the keeper then. Thought she'd really picked out one of those that just sails into the top corner for a moment.
Wonderful to see that these girls have got the confidence to have shots from such range. There was a match I commentated on last week at the Manchester City Academy. It finished 4-4, and every one of the goals was scored from outside the box. It was unbelievable, and there were shots going in which were hit with real power from outside. And the keepers were really had no chance with. Oh, that's beautifully kept in. And Chloe Eastwell has to clear here. Shot across goal, comes to nothing. Just looking at the results teams had to get through here. Shenfield in round 2. Here's this earlier ball. Sorry, no, this is the shot.
Which does the right thing by hitting it hard across the face of goal. Textbook stuff. Just want somebody else to run in and get on the end of it.
So in round 2, Shenfield had a 1-0 victory over Plume School from Chelmsford. In round 3, it was a 3-2 home victory over Ursuline High School from Merton. In round 4, just cross to nothing there. Round 4, it was a 5-1 away win at Francis Bardsley Academy from Havering. In round 5, a 3-0 away win against Stoke Newington School from Hackney. Round 6 was a 3-0 home win over Warden Park Academy from Sussex. And in the round 7, the quarter-final, was a 7-1 home victory over St Paul's Academy from Bromley. Just stop here for a second as the goalkeeper clears this well. And in the semi-final, it was a 5-2 home win over Bedford and District school called Redbourne School. Now, John, I've just got to say, for girls' football, there's 9 rounds of competition. That's nearly 1,000 teams have entered from up and down the country. And doesn't that show how girls' football has come on over the years?
No, it's just developed exponentially year on year, doesn't it? Girls love it. I've got 2 daughters.
How old are they?
7 and 9.
Right.
So they'll be, they love their football.
Yeah.
I brought them up well. They both support Liverpool.
Referee's just blown here. I think we've got a clash of heads or something. Yeah. Well, while we just have a stop there.
No, it's really come on a lot.
We come off the subject of Liverpool for a second. Round 2, looking at Thomas Telford. Round 2, they beat Belvedere School 12 goals to nil in the second round, having had a bye in the first. That was a good start, wasn't it? From Shrewsbury and District. In round 3, it was a 3-1 away win against Millbrace School from Shrewsbury. In round 4, a 10-0 win over Charlton School from Telford. In round 5, it was a 3-2 win at Sandwell Academy. That was a close match. In round 6, a 5-0 away win over Lady Manners School of Chesterfield. Round 7, the quarter-final, was a 2-1 away win at Bedminster Downs School in Bristol. So they're doing some travelling. I'm just looking at this. They had to go to Chesterfield. They went to Bristol. And then in the semi-final, they had to travel to Spen Valley. And they played Murfield Free Grammar School. And it was a 5-0 win there, more comfortable. But a couple of very tight matches. But these girls have travelled up and down the country to get to this stage. And fully deserving of a final place here. Tell you what, you want to start a coach company near Thomas Telford if with all their teams doing so well. If you've got a few quid to spare. Thomas Telford coach, I can see the name now.
That's well worked. Ooh.
That's nice play and good clearance downfield.
Yep.
And what a start we've seen here. Thomas Telford certainly a couple of times have hit those through balls. There's that one exceptional through ball we saw earlier, which had goal written all over it, really. This is probably about as good a through ball as you'll get if you're a striker looking to have a ball played from the back. Macy Willis, but blocked away just by numbers from Shenfield. And here comes Sophie Nairo, who's gone past the goal scorer, and decides to open the legs and pushes hard, but cover there from Eleanor Vernon. Bit of confidence there from the goal scorer.
Yeah, she's got a lot of confidence. It was a really good run. But she just dwelt on the ball too long to win that tackle there. Once she was away, once she got her sleeve pulled up.
I like how she
pulls the left and the right, and then great defending really from Sienna Parish, who I think stepped across her and just put her off. That was good defending. She needs to go with a short sleeve shirt in the second half.
I do like it, the fact she could pull the sleeves up while she was beating players on the wing. Yeah, that's just obviously putting her off. Thomas Telford. Sophie Jones. That ball back from Macy Willis was not good. And Shenfield. Jasnaya Bolton hasn't had a lot of the ball herself. It all seems to have gone through Sophie Nairo at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
She seems to have been the kingpin or the queenpin maybe of the team so far.
Yeah, Sienna Parish just gave the free kick away, I think, and just slightly hurt herself in the contact.
One more match here today, and shock news: Thomas Telford aren't involved in it. The Under-15 Smalls Cup final. It's the Smalls Cup. That's why they're not allowed to enter this one. Gosford Hill School from Banbury up against Howden School from East Riding. Thoroughly enjoying this wonderful, and it is a festival of football. And
well, you see the whole range of grassroots football across the country. I mean, very rarely can you be in one place and see every level of youth football all the way through. Small schools, big schools, girls, boys. I mean, it is really fantastic.
And the small schools is such a great idea. Just the concept of it, that you know, a competition that some schools have no chance of winning just because they are small. That
the sheer
give
scale.
Give them their own cup, and it's and you know, it has been wonderful to see. Really a big fan of that. That's a lovely ball forward, and Eleanor Vernon there having a bit of trouble controlling, and she clears well into space. Goes down quite heavily though while doing that. Slow to get up. Here's Nairo, who's suddenly, well, she's found herself on left midfield for some reason. She's dropped back a little bit. I don't know if that's a tactical move here by Shenfield, but she does seem to be playing back a little bit at the moment. And they've gone for a different two up front. Here's Bolton. Looks like Shannon Drew has gone to a more forward position. And Nairo is just playing left midfield And the referee gives a free kick.
Well, I think Jasneil Bolton certainly playing down the middle. I think you're right. Sophie Niaro side of a sort of a front three almost. I think she was just had found herself drifting back in a defensive position.
Well, they've got 6 up for this free kick, so they're looking serious. Bolton misjudging the ball in the sunlight. It's very bright sunlight on the left-hand side. That's a lovely ball over the top. The goalkeeper's committed and does well. There's a dangerous area of uncertainty there.
Well, Sadie Craig trying to get on the end of that, wasn't she?
Yeah.
That had just fallen a bit more kindly for her. I think should have been through and round the keeper.
Sophie Clark doing well there in the end. So good goalkeeping there. And the cross in from Drew comes to nothing.
Yeah, she couldn't just get her foot around that. She got in a good position. Again, they're working it well. Those front sort of 3 or 4 for Shenfield, they're definitely in the ascendancy. Thomas Telford struggling to get any consistency at the moment. Can't really get the ball down and play in areas.
Shenfield have 2 in the box here. Bolton and Nairo looking to get on the end of this. Telford clear. Jennings, Jessica Jennings, gets her head down. Not a lot of support coming from Telford. She's a little bit slow supporting her, and they're going to play slow ball through midfield. Overlap on the right-hand side. Macy Willis is wanting this one. But Anna Morfitt, the captain, slow getting up. She took a heavy tumble there. Willis in the end does get hold of a loose ball. Plays back to Morfitt. Morfitt's still a little bit shaken up after that last move, and Jessica Jennings trying to take on. Telford have got a few players forward here. Willis is way out wide right. She needs to get in the box now. There's an awkward cross through. The keeper's punched it. It's gone loose. Oh, and hits the bar. Hits the post, sorry. Well, there's a little bit unorthodox goalkeeping there. She decides to punch when maybe the catch was easier. There's the cross in from Telford from Emily Wotton. Actually, that's not a bad punch, to be honest.
It was a decent punch, but she punched it straight into her teammate.
And she couldn't get out of the way. Actually, it was a perfect timing punch. Yeah, you've got to say that would have been an effective clearance, but
yeah, she did need to catch it. She's got to make better decisions. Got to know who's around you. I would have expected her to have comfortably caught that had she had that in her mind.
Maisie Garwood.
Well, it was a chance for Thomas Telford, wasn't it? Get back on level terms.
Yeah, certainly was. Well,
they'd be kicking themselves that they didn't score there.
Well, they hit the post, came as close as.
Yeah, you want to take advantage of situations like that, especially when you've been on the receiving end of the dominance of players you have been in the game so far.
Nairo really fancies herself here today.
Yeah, she does.
Tried a few little showboat moves in that move. She's definitely confident. She's I think she's one of these players that's just moving all over the place. She's up back up to centre forward now. So sometimes you see this. You've got a really good player in your team, and you almost sort of say to them, look, just go where you want, and we'll just fill in around you.
Well, I think out there that if there's an outstanding player, they will stand out and make more of an influence on a game like this than they will in the boys under 15 that we've just seen.
Yeah.
Because I think the level of all 22 players who were out for the under 15 boys was that much higher of a difference between them. There wasn't such a great difference, whereas out here the really good girls who are outstanding players will make such a difference and stand out so much more.
Yeah. Here's Bolton under a little bit of pressure and gives that away needlessly there to Morfitt. Morfitt trying to play it. That was nearly a great ball.
And she can play, that girl. Morfitt in midfield.
Yeah.
Number 4. A couple of times she slipped before, but a couple of times I've seen her getting on the ball, and she's got a good touch about her, good awareness. Probably not the quickest, but she's got something about it that I like in midfield.
Mia Gray with the throw. Telford ball. We're playing 2 40-minute periods here. Straight to penalties. The trouble with these longer matches, John, is that we don't get so much time to have a rest in between.
Exactly my point.
They are. There's 2 hours between matches, so the next match is 5:30, and you may have noticed if you've been watching us all day, we're possibly a little bit caught out to start this match. We wasn't expecting them on so quickly, but they do run a tight ship here, and of course, if you go to penalties, well, forget it. We might as well just stay
roll
here.
On, yeah.
We'll just have a chat. Free kick to Shenfield. And Maisie Garwood is going to take this. Just look at this again. A little bit of just pulling back. Just pull the sleeves back down again.
Not much. Oh, that's a good ball.
Oh, what a cracking ball. And the keeper, Lydia Simkis, well read there.
Very good goalkeeping.
Yeah. And
Offside?
it wasn't offside in the end, but goalkeeping is not always about just catching the ball and making saves. It's reading the game, and we've seen 2 incidents just there, where both goalkeepers had to read the game, came out into very difficult areas, and both actually handled themselves extremely well.
Yeah.
Good skills here for Nairo. She might find that if she doesn't start passing soon, she might get a bit of grief from some of her colleagues, as she's trying to take everybody on at the moment. Here comes Sadie Craig. Not really had much of an opportunity herself. Oh,
great
what a skill! Craig.
Brilliant.
Oh, please, director, can we see that again? That was beautiful from Sadie Craig. And she might want to have a look up at the big screen here now again and watch this. This wasn't bad.
You can watch this all day long. Watch
there
this.
You go. Taxi.
Oh,
beautiful. Here come Telford. Good ball swung in by Anna Morfitt. We've still got plenty of men up here. Jessica Jennings. Still quite narrow. They're looking for another player out on the left, and they find her, Nicole Cousins. This is good patient play from Telford. It was a good decision making, really. There was nothing really much going. Shenfield had so many men in the 18-yard box. That wasn't a good decision.
No.
Number 3 there, Abigail Jones.
No, but before that was a good phase of play, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was clever because the players could see there was nothing going to happen. It was just completely swamped with Shenfield. Came back out, went left, and decided to try something. And that's what you've talked about the Thomas Telford, the way they coach their players, and that is part of the coaching as to what decisions, where you're going to go. It's not always about just getting it in the box.
No, exactly.
Garwood with the goal kick, but she's not getting a lot of distance, and Thomas Telford are using these opportunities to their advantage. Headed away by Sadie Karan. Sophie Jones. Across to Morfitt. She's shown she's got a good left foot already. There's the shot! Oh my goodness, a goal for Morfitt from long distance! And she's scored the equaliser here for Thomas Telford. They're all on the floor. It's 1-1.
Well, she's shown that she's got a good left foot. She can be composed. She has good awareness and vision around her, I said it. And she was the one who had the touch. And here you see a little dummy, pushes it outside the player, and then strikes that all fully from 25 yards. And the keeper has no chance. It's a great strike. Just pushes it into space. What a goal that is.
What a great goal from Sophie Morfitt. There's a player down. One of the Shenfield players is down at the moment. Well, I did say commentary. She's shown that she's got a good left foot. Well, there you go. Bang. And
proof was needed, yeah.
She's set the sights. The girls are all coming off just to get a bit of water. It is hot out there, as Lucy Edmeades just gets a little bit of treatment. Oh, what a the goalkeeper possibly will think that she maybe could have saved it, but you know there was
No, I
so
don't
much
think
pace
so.
on it.
Yeah.
That was into the corner. You know, those aren't easy. It's easy for us to sit up here watching it and saying the goalkeeper should save that, but I don't think so at all. That was hit with real power from distance. Let's have another look at this. There you go, one touch and bang. And that,
Yeah, that's still rising. I mean,
that's great. That's superb, isn't it?
yeah. I mean, looking at the goalkeeper, she's going with her right hand
Yeah.
across to her left side, which is a no-no. But I think even if she'd have gone and led with the left hand, I don't think she would have saved that.
And I think she realised that and decided, you know, like sometimes, you know, goalkeepers can try and get that extra little bit height sometimes with the right, and that's what she tried to do. But it even beat that, even beat the right hand reach out. And well, here we go, 1-1. We've got another one, John.
Yeah.
This is going to be fascinating here as coaches are talking to both sets of players below us. We're actually directly above these players here, so we're on the far side of the pitch as you're watching. So we get to see the match from a slightly different angle. Doesn't make any difference to the commentary. Hello, here we are. See, I'm a lot taller than John. Yeah, I wish that was true.
Well, we hope Lucy's all right down there.
Yes, I think so. She's
Yep, she's back up on her feet.
gingerly getting to her feet, but she's jogging, so she's okay. It's not quite often you're seeing you see a lot of tweaked ankles and players just turning her weight, and she's going to continue.
Yeah, I think it's the back. She must have fallen awkwardly.
Yes, yeah, she's feeling the lower part of her back there. She's well, here we go. So one goal each, with 15 minutes to go on the clock, plus a bit of injury time, of course, now for that. And
they're smiling, aren't they?
yeah, they're even waving to the camera on the big screen. It's a big moment. Yeah, she was watching her skill moment earlier as well.
Oh, was she?
Which was quite interesting. Yeah. She had to see if it was as good as she felt it was, and it certainly was. No doubt about that, Sadie.
Right.
So here we go. One goal apiece. PlayStation goodies are being thrown left, right, and centre. So the crowd are getting a little bit excitable about that. And we've got a game on here.
Handball.
Yep. Just turned her arm into that one. If I ask you to choose the man of the match now, do you think I'm giving you enough warning?
Okay. I worry that you're losing confidence in either my timing, my ability, or all of it.
It's starting to become a little just... we've got 2 more days to go yet, John.
Yeah.
We're just having a bit of fun.
I've got a few names in my head.
Of course, it's player of the match. I've really got to get used to saying player of the match. When you're just so ingrown to man of the match, it's hard. But here's Sadie Craig. Cleared away. Bolton plays in.
Oh, well done.
Drew.
Nice
Over to
composure.
Naomi. Yes. And Drew, that ball over to Drew just wasn't good enough. Nice to see so many of you watching this online. And of course, well, we will be putting highlights up on the PlayStation Schools Cup website in due course, as well as interviews. Jason Puncheon was in the arena today. He's a busy man. He's at Wembley on Saturday playing in the FA Cup final.
Yeah, just a small matter of a game against United.
Yeah, it's not a bad game. It's a good run here from Craig. Good pace from Craig, and that's a solid tackle from Maisie Garwood.
Great tackle from Maisie, that was.
That was no mistake. That was a statement of intent, wasn't it? 'Cause,
Yeah.
Sadie Craig was showing a bit of pace there and taking on, and Garwood said, well, how dare you. Oh, good skills back from Craig, and there's Leanne Cato there.
She's back in again.
Slow to get up. Switched in from Jones.
Good defending again.
Abigail Jones. And now Shenfield on the counter-attack. But that's a wasted ball forward. They actually had 4 against 3 there for a second at Shenfield. Nicely cleared by Sienna Parish. Shenfield win the ball again.
That's
Here's
better.
Drew looking in field, and Shenfield again had an extra man in the centre. Steph Houghton is in the arena, England captain. Getting plenty of selfies. Do you mind if I pop down there? Get a selfie picture with her. There's Drew. Good cross inside, but the keeper reads that well.
Yeah.
Well, you played in the FA Cup final, John. Strange feeling, isn't it? I imagine that, you know, this is the big match. When you were a child, it was the, you know, the major thing in the day, and then suddenly you wake up and you're on the coach going through the Wembley gates.
Yeah, it's always different, obviously, when you're playing and you go there, you're protected in so many ways. I think it was Rio Ferdinand saying on TV the other day when the big European game, he's at the Bernabeu, wasn't it? Man City going there, and saying, you know, it's amazing to be here commentating and actually seeing the whole atmosphere unfold before you, and now you can appreciate what it's all about.
Yeah.
Whereas as a player, you come in, you're at the hotel, you get swept in a bus, you're living in this bubble, and you don't see all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, FA Cup final, of course, the anticipation, the build-up is incredible.
But interesting that it's almost like happening without you there, really.
In a sense, yeah.
Yeah, you're just going
dropped
to play the
into
match.
this incredible moment. Ooh,
All
that's
the
a good
keeper's
punch.
out. There's a chance for Morford, looking for a second goal, and the ball just didn't fall for her.
Didn't fall quick enough.
Now,
Oh,
well, the goalkeeper showed some real guts there to come out and deal with that. Sophie Clark, you've got to admire somebody who's willing to mix it.
oh, that's a good race.
And she's certainly shown that she'd rather punch rather than catch
Yeah.
in those situations. That was one where possibly she should have maybe caught that one again.
No question she should have caught it, but
Here it is
in
again.
the end, as I said before, better to make those decisions and come and take control of the situation. Punch it away.
So we're going to have a corner for Shenfield here. With 10 minutes to go this first half. Under 15 Schools Cup for girls final. Chloe Eastwell. Now they scored from this early on in the match. There's only 1.5 minutes gone. That same short corner routine. I think Telford were ready for it this time.
Yeah, that wasn't
Wasn't a smooth, was it?
a smooth execution of that.
Well, they
No.
had 2 men up there for that corner this time. I think the coach has had a word with somebody and got that sorted out, because as soon as Eastwell, in that first minute, she had a chance to cross, didn't she?
She had a great
Cross
chance.
it well, yeah. Sun is just going down steadily here with still early in the afternoon, mid-afternoon.
Yeah, it's lucky it comes across the pitch, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, not really affecting too badly
No, they shouldn't be.
the players. Thomas Telford with the throw.
Amazing.
Jessica Jennings there. There's a good cross in.
Oh,
Keeper decides to kick and gets away with it.
she did get away with it. She doesn't want to catch it, does she?
She's unorthodox. It was an awkward one. I think maybe she just felt that if she tried to catch, she'd have spilt. And why not? Why not kick? Come on, the girls from Shenfield High
Yeah.
School. There you go. And we've even got a very young supporter there as well. John just gave me the look of what school of goalkeeping did you go to?
Yeah, no wonder you're up here commentating and not a coach down on the sidelines. Yeah.
Just too nice, sorry. I would never cut it in the pro level. Although I thought you were known as Mr. Nice Guy in the Premier League, weren't you, John?
Me?
You
Nothing nice
had
about
a
me.
reputation as a nice guy.
No.
No?
No, nothing.
You
nice.
did play a
Not
lot-
on
you
the
did
pitch.
play for
Off
Wimbledon.
the pitch,
You
nice.
can't be
On the
nice.
pitch, you can't be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Throw to Telford.
I could snarl with the best of them on the pitch. Yeah.
I suppose
That was just out of fear from the your teammates in the dressing room afterwards. If you
for
weren't.
goodness sake. I did watch that Wimbledon documentary that won the award, and oh goodness, I feel for you, John.
Well, actually, yeah. it was tough, but it was the best thing that ever happened. You know, really made me the player I was going through that experience. Not the nicest of experiences early on, but great bunch of lads, and so much that they focused on all the negative stuff because that was the story of Wimbledon. And exaggerated, but there was so much good about what you learned from that experience.
Jessica Jennings here. Actually won an award. He won a BAFTA that documentary as well.
Did it?
Yeah, it won.
That must have been my performance.
I think it was your part. In, you know, added some gravitas to the proceedings there. Well, Fashanu and Jones got certainly the lion's share of all. They were providing the lines that.
Not that they would ever have wanted to. You know, they're shy, retiring couple that really wouldn't want the limelight. No. So it surprises me with them.
The one benefit of playing for Wimbledon, of course, is you don't have to play against Jones and Fashanu. So that's probably one good benefit. That shows that you're a little bit more intelligent than the average.
But
average
then you've got to share a dressing room 24/7. You know, 365 days a year, and I don't know whether that's a good. I'd rather face them. I don't know, for just an hour and a half.
Free kick for Telford. We could talk forever here, but just covering a few cracks there as the game just calmed down for a second. This is an opportunity. The defence are almost lined up against the goal line. It's like a corner.
Well, that's exactly what I was thinking. Way too deep. You know, you don't sit back on the goalkeeper's line. And again, I'm surprised the coaches aren't saying to them they've got to get out to the penalty spot. Yeah.
There's a ball over the top. The keeper's going to come and takes it well.
Yeah, she does take that one well.
Sophie Clark.
But she's got to be the one that pushes out her defence.
Yeah.
Out at least to the penalty spot. Because we know that she's got Anna Morfitt, such a good left foot.
What a ball through. Here's an opportunity, but cleared by Sadie Kiran.
Good defending from Sadie.
Telford seem to have really stepped up a little bit now and are starting to boss this. One of the players is down. Lucy Edmeades again. I think she's really struggling with her back.
Yeah,
look at that.
Back again. Yeah,
she's in tears there by the looks of it. She's really hurt herself. Probably. Yeah, we're going to have somebody coming on. I can't see that she's going to continue here. That's the second time she's gone down as the England women's captain. So you're busy on that sideline. One thing I was saying to you earlier, John, actually, one thing I have noticed, I've commentated on a number of girls' matches already, and the quality difference, it really has moved up a level even from just last year.
Yep.
And the quality of this match is higher than the equivalent match last year as well.
Yep. Well, I think that's just a case that girls have been playing football for so much longer. You know, it's only really in the last 10 years that it's really started to get hold, and probably in the last 5 years that it's been taken as seriously as the game now is. And I think in that time, just the last 5 years, the girls have grown up actually thinking that they're going to play football rather than it just sort of happens as it was happening 5 or 6 years ago. So now they're actually thinking from a young age, I want to play football, developing from a young age.
Yeah.
And it's starting to show that they've just had that many more hours with the football at their feet.
Emily Powers come on for Lucy Edmeades, who's still walking around the pitch. She's behind the goal to our left.
And it's got so much further to go.
Yeah.
It really has, and I think we'll just continue to see this rapid development of the girls' game. Of course, the Women's Premier League is fantastic.
Yeah.
Very competitive. And that'll be a real sort of shining beacon for these girls to aspire to what they can achieve in the game.
Here's Nairo again. She's on her own, not got much support. Tries the shot, but doesn't manage to get the power behind it. And Bolton just came in late there to support her colleague.
Yep. She needs to get across the defender there. That's what she didn't do well there, and that's something again that the coaches will work on when they either play the video back or will have seen that.
Yeah.
You get the ball and you're ahead of the defender, then get the ball away from her and across her.
Here she is again. She's got a bit of pace here, and
well, it's a great battle these two are having.
Yeah,
it really is. Eleanor Vernon and Sophie Nairo. I mean, that's probably 5 or 6 tussles that they've had
Yeah.
Here she gets away. That's what I mean. She's got to get across now. Get across her. Draw the foul. But she's not. And she needs to be another 5 yards closer to goal, really.
Yeah.
If she can't generate that sort of power of the shot.
Ellen Hode. Looking to playing down in the channel. Chloe Eastwell coming in on the overlap. Nairo. Bolton wants the ball left. Nairo tries to keep in inside, and
That's a bad decision.
yeah. Thing is, I don't think many of her colleagues are really giving her a lot of options at the moment. She's looking to play a pass through the defence,
Yeah, I think
and
that's
she's
what she
looking
got
up, and
frustrated
everybody's
with.
standing square to her.
Yeah.
And she needs a couple of runs, because that's a high line from Thomas Telford. They all play with a high line, and just needed Bolton, instead of standing square on, to actually make the burst through the fullback. Coming up to the end of the first half.
Well, I think you're right. I mean, that's why I think there's so many opportunities to win this game. And if they have a chat in the dressing room at half-time, I think that's what they've got to be saying, is those opportunities, those little ball, if you run off it and make space for your teammates.
Leanne Cato, a little bit of pressure on. Clears it well. I've really liked Sadie Craig, number 9 for Thomas Telford. She's certainly got a little bit of something extra about her. A little bit of showboat skills. She just drags that back. She's got the England captain just a few yards away from her. Who's just getting mic'd up for an interview. Out by pitch side. Here's Shannon Drew. Good skills from Drew, who draws the foul. And a free kick with... just having a look down there, I can see the board is illuminated. He's just waiting for the signal from the referee, how much added time we're going to get here. And that kick is wasted. Just dropped a little bit here on some of the quality. You see, was that 4 minutes? I think it's fair enough, isn't it? We've had quite a bit of... We've had the treatment to Lucy Edmeads after the goal from Thomas Telford that certainly was around that length of time, and of course she went down again. Some very expensive cameras on that sideline, be careful. Sophie Jones with the throw. Now is looking to put some pressure on here. The defender, I don't know what the defender's doing. Oh my goodness, that was, well.
No, I was sort of shouting without it coming out of my mouth. Pass it, get on, deal with it early.
Yeah, and here's a ball over the top, and Craig is, the goalkeeper's done brilliantly here. Well done, Sophie Clark. That was a good ball over the top, caught the defence square, and a couple of the players actually just applauding their goalkeeper. Missed kick from Abigail Jones, but they keep possession, Telford. Emily Wotton, and cleared by Emily Power, the substitute. Well, I'm sure that Sophie Nairo is going to put that in her memory bank about the confusion there. That wasn't even close. That was just screaming for a back pass.
Yeah.
Keeper, don't know if the keeper just not called or something, but the keeper wasn't coming.
And if she hasn't, then it's got to be the defender who makes the decision.
Yeah.
You know, you can shout and scream at the goalkeeper afterwards for not, giving information, but in the moment, then the defender just has to deal with it and has to just clear it anywhere.
Here we go again, similar situation, and well, Eleanor Vernon is obviously not comfortable passing the ball back to the keeper, and she's almost happy to put that one out. In fact, she's helped a little bit by The Shenfield forward who kicks that out herself. Were you somebody who preferred to have a goalkeeper shouting at you all the time, telling you what was going on, or would you rather sometimes wish he'd shut up?
No, you want communication. You want somebody shouting, screaming. It doesn't matter as long as you know what they're clearly saying. You know what they want to happen. And that, you know, I was very quiet when I first got into the game. And that's going to trouble her. Oh, I knew that. It was whether it was going to dip in or not.
Yeah. Off the top of the crossbar from number 4, Chloe Eastwell. Well, we know she's got a good left foot because it was that left foot that gave us the first goal with a fantastic cross. And here she is, just over 20 yards out. And good attempt. Yeah, I suppose the goalkeeper at the end of the day is the only person who can see everything in front of him. So he's got a perfect view of what's going on.
Yeah, and that's exactly why they've got to dominate that box.
Good header from Eastwell. She hurt her head heading that. Just felt it a little bit afterwards. Certainly been one of the key players for Shenfield in this first half. Here she is again. Very busy. Referee just double checks the watch. We are into the 4th minute of added time now. Actually, of course, we're in the 5th minute. I'm a bit pedantic there, those ways. Here comes Garwood. Plays it to Drew, who loses out. Garwood, well, I thought she won the ball there.
Yeah, it's not her first tackle that she's gone steaming in.
Yeah, certainly
There's been 2 or 3 that she's gone in for in quite a forceful way, should we say. I don't think there was too much wrong with that. I think she just unfortunately caught her.
Yeah.
But we saw down on the touchline when she made a great covering tackle. She's certainly a player that wants to be committed and getting stuck into these challenges.
Yeah, I think she did get a slight touch on the ball, but
it was the follow through, wasn't it, that caught her shin.
Well, the referee's decided that there's literally seconds left and decides enough of that. Fair play, to be honest. I suppose in theory we are actually in injury time. We won't get the referee's rule book out on her. There was literally just seconds left, I'm sure. So common sense prevails, and we are going to call this half-time. Shenfield High School 1-1 with Thomas Telford School in this under-15 Schools Cup for Girls final. And good to see that she's back up here. As let's have a look at the 2 goals here. John, this was a minute on the clock.
Yep, fantastic ball in, wasn't it? And there, slick finish from Sophie Nairo. It was that ball in. Chloe Eastwell, lovely delivery.
Just got the foot
Keeper can't do anything about it. Could have got down a bit sooner, I suppose, but defensively you've got to have somebody in front of them to avoid that danger in the first place. It's a little hook out, and then it falls to the captain, Anna Morfitt. Takes a stride, and bang, what a goal. I mean, that's going to be there at the end of the 3 days as a goal of the...
Absolutely. We'll see this on
goal
Wednesday.
Of the festival contender. Fantastic strike with the left foot. You know, I could watch this again and again. There, really was a clean strike. Yeah. Goalkeeper's got pretty much no chance. Back on level terms, and, well, all to play for in the second half at 1-1.
OK, well, we're going to put a few more selfie pictures up and meet our sponsors' obligations, and we'll be back for the second half. So the team's coming out for the second half. We've currently got a few. We've got a freestyle female footballer, out on the centre of the pitch, along with Steph Houghton. They seem to be having a little skills challenge against each other. There we go.
Yeah, they're trying to do the Steph's trying to do the round the world trick, which is not easy.
No.
And that girl, she's makes it look so easy. Cool. It's quite remarkable, these freestylers. We once did a stunt with PlayStation in Covent Garden.
Right.
And we built a big Perspex box. And the guy did a 24-hour non-stop, in inverted commas, that he gets a break every hour or whatever,
yeah,
for a minute or two. 24-hour, keeping the ball up, never dropped it. Absolutely incredible.
That's incredible.
I wasn't there watching it for the whole 24 hours.
Yeah.
It broke the Guinness World Record. That was a great stunt we put together.
Yeah. Wow. It's hugely impressive. So here we are for this under-15 Schools Cup for girls. The final, Shenfield High School in yellow, Thomas Telford in white. Shenfield 8 finals here out of the 15. Thomas Telford 8 finals out of the 15. Incredible performance, and they've already won a few others as well that weren't played here at Namdayski. Double winners at last year's festival. They won the under-13B team and the under-14B teams. They've certainly gone a little bit better this year. Danny Guthrie and Elliot Bennett, both Blackburn players, former pupils at Thomas Telford. Shenfield, who started well, scoring in the first minute and a half on the clock. Get us underway and moving forward quickly. Here's number 8, Lucy Edmeads, who's back on, and she's already feeling her back again. Surely she can't be on for. She's obviously given it a final go. She's an important player for Thomas Telford, for Shenfield, but I think it seemed to be. There you go. She's just feeling her back. She's obviously a little bit concerned about it, and I'm sure the coaches there will have said to her, look, if you've got any doubt, come off. It is a big final. Has been nearly 1,000 teams entered this competition. She's going to give it a go. There's a lot of bravery from her side. She was in tears earlier when she came off. She probably thought her final was over. She's giving it one more go. Let's see how she goes. Number 14 for Shenfield, Mia Gray. A bit of confusion there in midfield, and the big ball played up front. Well, this could be that area of uncertainty. This time the keeper's out to collect. I think it's fair to say that Eleanor Vernon would rather leave the ball in those sort of situations. She's not comfortable with the ball over the top.
Yeah, and that's where she should have had a chat with the goalkeeper at half-time, maybe. So we can't have that happen again.
It's a nasty little collision there as Vernon is fouled by Drew. Vernon has been very effective at clearing her lines, and the ball's been in front, just as you see here. Drew certainly
very late and clumsy.
A little bit naughty. She was never going to get that ball.
No, I think it was just a momentum that carried her in. But
Anna Mulford, the goal scorer, with the very strong left foot, as you see there. That's a long kick. Shenfield clear. Drew and Edmeads get into a bit of a tangle.
There's no time for cuddle on the pitch. Ran into each other, didn't they?
Keeper calls.
Yeah, that's a good call, you see.
Yep, that's nicely done. That's how it's done. And a good kick. Drew. Eastwell into the centre. Bolton looking to Nairo. And Vernon gives the ball away there.
It's on. If it was down the line, yeah, she'd have been in.
Shannon Drew will take the throw. Telford again. Cleared. It's a bit of ping pong with possession here for the minute between these two. Nobody seems to be able to get a
frustration of that
foot
pass,
on the
isn't
ball.
it, going astray?
Yeah.
Just got to be a bit more careful with their passing.
You see the coaches here are just getting a little bit animated, and must be sort of frustrating job being a coach, and you can say everything you want in the changing room, but it's the players on the pitch that are doing it.
Yeah. Well, it's incredibly tight.
Nairo. Bolton goes to left, but again, that's a beautiful ball from Nairo out onto wing. This is what they needed a little bit. Here's Ed Meads. Oh, that's a wonderful crossing from Ed Meads, well covered by the goalkeeper. But that's exactly what we talked about in the first half, wasn't it? As soon as that ball was played over the defence, the angles created. And maybe the coach has had a word and said, look, you know, everybody's just, you're not giving them options.
I hope so, because the game needs to be stretched when they're in possession and the ball needs to be transferred. They need to have confidence to hit the ball and pass it to each other.
Yeah. One more game to come after this. It's a football festival for sure. Here's Shenfield making a push on this, and the keeper's done well and decides to kick wisely so. Nairo, who's found herself on her own on more than one occasion up front. Fighting hard. Shenfield aren't pushing players forward too heavily here. Nairo gets the ball back. Plays it into the box. Vernon's trying to leave this again, and almost punished for it. Well, Vernon waiting for the keeper. The keeper was never coming here. And we almost, we'll see this again on a replay. As Vernon wants the keeper to come and collect, tries to hold off, and
if she hasn't learned the lesson from the first half, then
no,
she never will.
Shannon Drew there, nearly.
Poor defending.
Getting a foot. Here's a strong goal kick. Thomas Telford.
That's
Shenfield.
better. Unlucky.
Just misplaced, but there was a pass on there for sure, wasn't there, John? Number 14, Mia Gray.
This is where they just need a little bit more composure on the ball, because just with that split second of composure, just play the simpler pass like that into feet.
It's 3-on-3 here for Telford. Shenfield a little bit caught out numbers-wise. Oh, nice skills.
Well done.
That's going to go. Yeah, good decision. Emily Wotton hoping that nobody had seen that little touch at the end, but the referee was very wise there. Shenfield moving. Here's Nairo. Vernon wins the header. Sophie Jones clears her line, but I don't think she got a call that there wasn't so much pressure on. Bolton
No.
had Jasnoa Bolton was not chasing her down there. She could have actually turned with the ball. Here's Eastwell. Lovely ball onto the outside wing. Nairo. And Sophie Jones handles her well. Ball goes rolling up the tunnel here in the corners. Lovely Medeski Stadium we have. Nairo with the throw. Bolton doesn't get the flick on, but ball's still in the mix, and that will be a corner. Well, a fair few of the Thomas Telford players from the last two matches. 3 matches a day. 3 matches here today, Thomas Telford. Just looking at the list, they've got 2 matches tomorrow and 3 matches on the 3rd day, so they're busy. I think a few of their coaches are coming back. I've got more than one team here. I did ask their coach and we'll just watch this corner for a second. Cleared by Morfitt, the captain. Tell her she's the captain. She gets involved in just about everything. I did say to Ian Rawlings, the coach, after the end of the match, is there anybody at Thomas Telford who's no good at football? Because you seem to have got the whole school here.
Yeah, they've hoovered up all the talent, haven't they, in the whole of the Midlands.
Yeah. Well, if there's a place to come for football, it seems to be Thomas Telford. It's wonderful to see.
Well, they have carved out a reputation, haven't they, for excellence. But it is, to be fair, it's not just football, it's across the board. It's an outstanding place to be.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I get involved in working with a lot of England rugby schools cup matches, and we see, you know, there are some similar schools. Whitgift have got a great rugby following. Northampton School for boys.
Yeah.
You know, we see Hartbury College who do excellent. You know, have got a real rugby heritage over many years, and it is interesting to see.
She's got that one where she hurt her foot, didn't she, with that?
Yeah, that looked quite painful.
Yeah.
Nairo chasing this down. Vernon clears.
No, it just demonstrates that it's... You've got to have the talent pool there, but there is a talent pool that is phenomenal in this country, and it's about developing that talent, and you need good coaches, and it's shown that that just works. At Thomas Telford is a classic example of good coaching, good structure, good organisation, everything in place, and you can develop talent to a really high level. And you just talk about the rugby, the football, sport. I don't think we, in many situations, push it far enough.
Yeah, yeah. Well, for many,
we have low expectations, or the coaches at some places can get away with not pushing the children far enough to develop as far as they possibly could, and so much more needs to be done in the level of sport and the coaching ability. When you get somebody good, they're outstanding.
Yeah.
And we see a lot of them here.
Well, it was only earlier this morning when we were playing on a small-scale pitch with 9 aside, and sort of made the comment, and I think, you know, you can remember yourself when you used to play it. You know, you'd see junior football, and you'd see these little kids being forced to play on a big 11-a-side pitch. It was totally unsuitable. You got a goalkeeper who was 2 foot tall, being expected to stand in full-size net, and it just demotivated. Nobody learnt any skills. No. Nobody actually came away from it, and all that happened is the big lads used to hoof the ball and score all the goals. And it didn't do any favours, because when everybody got big, those big lads stopped playing the game because they weren't the top people anymore. And it's lovely to see, but John, I think, you know, I totally agree. There's so much more to be done. But we've certainly improved a lot. Here's a ball through. Here's a chance now for Sadie Craig. She's got no challenge, and the ball just seemed to she just got the ball stuck a little bit under her foot. She felt the pressure.
Face.
Yeah,
it says everything, doesn't it? The look on her face. She knows that was the golden opportunity. Look at the ball here.
This is cracking. Beautiful ball. What a ball that was. Jessica Jennings.
One-on-one with the keeper. Here she is on her left foot. She had to put it down to that low, far across the goalkeeper's corner.
Yeah.
Oh, is she going to kick herself at the end of this game for missing that opportunity?
She almost had too much time to think about it, didn't she? She ran for virtually half the pitch on that run, and in the end, I think she was starting to just run out of a bit of steam, and the ball ended up a little bit under her foot as well, so she couldn't get the power on it that she wanted. Ellen Hode here threatening a long-distance shot. And here's Craig again. Look at the pace on Sadie Craig. She's actually run round the defender. She's looking for support now. Oh, lovely skills. She's still going. And Shenfield managed to clear. Great pace, and here's good pace as well now from Lucy Edmeads. Turns it inside to Nairo, the goal scorer. Nairo's going to go all her own way. Oh my goodness. And she just couldn't get her foot on the ball at the end, and it hits the keeper and goes wide. Well, this game is certainly opening up now.
Well, it really has, isn't it?
Here's the chance.
Lucy Edmeads. What a ball that is inside. And then you think it's there. It's just overrun slightly, and then she's stretching for the ball.
Yeah.
It's just that touch just ran away from her. She couldn't get the control and get the shot, get her feet alongside the ball and generate any power.
Shannon Drew with the corner, completely missing that.
Oh.
That's called a football fail, isn't it, these days?
That's a lovely ball into her feet, though. And then look here. There, that touch.
That's beautiful. That's
just a bit heavy, wasn't it?
It's just like a bit like Michael Owen, wasn't it, against Argentina, where he sort of shadowed and then suddenly touched it and went in a different direction.
Yeah.
Just without the finish, of course. Here's Craig. Look at the pace on Craig. Just...
But you have to be quick to catch that one. She has as well.
Oh, my goodness. She is showing some incredible pace here. Really opening those legs up and going with tremendous pace, losing her defender. Here's Thomas Telford.
That's it.
They've got men
Composure now.
forward here, yeah, they've got players forward. Emily Wootton looking to play in Craig, but I think Craig just taking a breather after that last run. She worked hard in that last move. Bolton, who's playing up front, has come back here to get involved in the action. She's not getting a lot of ball. And now here's Nairo. Nairo gets a touch through. Nairo gets the head down. It's a foot chase. One more touch. Good defending from Vernon, got to be said. And Vernon ends up in a heap on the floor.
Well, it would have been close to a penalty, I think, had Nairo gone down.
Yeah, let's have a look at this again. Cracking pace here.
I mean, Eleanor Vernon, you know, they had a battle and tussle so many times in the first half. Here, she gets across, there's a little shove.
Yeah.
You know, had she gone down, she'd have got a penalty.
Yeah.
She didn't, she stayed on her feet. But she's hurt a hamstring probably, just with the twist. Back. Great covering from her. She's done very, very well. Here you'll see it again. She comes in from right across. There's a little
there wasn't
connection. I think the referee, because the ball ran away from Sophie Nairo, went that little bit further. She gave the whole thing the benefit of the doubt, plus she didn't go down.
Yeah.
Which of course is to be applauded. We say so often that people sort of go down too easily.
Yeah.
But there certainly was contact there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a good spot, John. Well, interesting to see that we're starting to see a little bit of space opening up now on both teams, and we're seeing Craig and Nairo, both who are the speed merchants on each team, starting to get a bit of return. And if anything, it looks like this is going to be the only way that either team is going to score here, but simply a solo goal with speed around the defence.
Well, that was the point at the beginning of the game, wasn't it? That, you know, in a game like this, somebody with that outstanding speed is going to have the chance to influence the game very significantly. The difference is going to be that much greater. Somebody's got that real composure on the ball. These are the moments now in the sort of towards the final stage of this game.
Yeah.
Still 25 minutes to go, 24 minutes to go. Plenty of time for either side to find a way through.
Shannon Drew collects the ball back. This is where the referee... she hasn't had a word with the players to say that that ball should be played back, so they are playing on. No complaints from anybody here. In fact, a couple of the Telford players aren't too happy. They actually, they did just play the ball out of play. And well, in the old days, they didn't used to pass the ball back anyway, but it certainly happens a lot more currently.
Ruthless, the girls' games these days.
Too soft, everybody, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
There's the ball into the centre. Free header from Lucy Edmeads, who's made a real impression since she's come back on. You can see why Shenfield wanted her back on.
Just worried. She looks in agony after every time she's involved in the game.
Well, we are close to the summer, and I'm sure she'll be having a nice rest. This probably is her last match of the season.
Be the athletic season.
She probably does the high jump or something like that. That'll hurt the back a lot more. Here's Parish under pressure from Nairo, clears well. Abigail Jones. Just a little bit messy there. Just needs somebody to get the foot on the ball for a second and try and create a move. And referee gives free kick to Thomas Telford. I can't imagine Wimbledon in your time giving the ball back to the opposition easily.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
Oh my goodness. It really is. It's hard to think. It was only, what, 20, 30 years ago?
Yeah.
Goodness. Thomas Telford win the throw. Nicole Cousins.
Oh, brilliant.
Nice skills here from Wootton.
She's done that a few times, Emily Wootton. Shown great skill.
Cousins with the throw. Just feel this match needs somebody just to take it about a scruff on the neck, and Sadie Craig, Sophie Nye were really the two star players for each team who are providing the main threat. A couple of players have gone down here in the penalty box for Shenfield. I think we may have is there a cramp? Yep. There's a little bit of cramp here. You didn't have anything on tonight, did you? There's a fair few stoppages, it's fair to say, in this game. There's
not much football now, is there? Wait for the
no.
Wednesday night.
Well, yes, I was going to ask you. Well, you know, this is
Saturday.
a chance for us. Ask John. What, confident for Wednesday?
Well, Liverpool, yeah, 4-0.
Really?
No, it'll be. No, listen, I think they've got a great chance of going there and winning, but it's going to be tough. Severe with their record in the last couple of years, defending the trophy again.
Yep.
Neutral venue with, you know, a relatively small crowd. I think works in Sevilla's favour. I think that, you know, Liverpool would have taken 20,000 into a bigger stadium, and that would have swung it more in their favour. But it's difficult to call between the two teams.
Yeah.
It's really who performs on the night. And Liverpool got the massive incentive of qualifying for the Champions League if they get through that.
But you are missing, of course, the major match of the season. The mighty Sheffield Wednesday are going to defend a 2-0 lead down at Brighton tonight.
Yes,
Don't forget that.
Was that a surprise?
I was very shocked.
Yeah.
I sort of slightly feel sorry for Brighton, who finished, I think, 16 points ahead.
I know, crazy.
Which over a season is a lot of points.
Yeah.
And to actually, and I believe, I didn't actually watch the match, I was out on Friday night, but I believe that
I
Brighton,
saw the goals, great goals.
Brighton finished with 10 players. They had 4 of their star players all go down through various injuries and finished with 10 in the end.
Doesn't bode well for the second leg, does it?
No. I'm still harping back to the days of '93 when we went to Wembley 4 times.
Yep.
And those are the days when you could kick players and get away with it. Here's a chance. And the referee.
What's happening? A penalty?
The referee's pointed to the spot here.
Penalty?
Well,
handball? What?
What is that for? Handball. Well,
it could only be handball, but I didn't see that.
Well, I'd like to see that again on a replay, because that has totally flummoxed everybody. There wasn't even an appeal out there.
That was exactly the word I was thinking. Was flummoxed.
Here we go.
Let's have a look.
Oh, there's no way. There's nothing. The arm came out slightly. The ball hit the arm.
Well, it's certainly an involuntary sort of movement of the arm.
Yeah. Is she controlling it? Penalty scored. And Emily Wotton puts Thomas Telford 2-1 ahead. I've got to say, here in the commentary box, that leaves both myself and John Scales with a slightly empty feeling. I'd really let's try and we're going to have a look at this again. We're going to try and slow it down here. Oh no, there's no way that was
especially
deliberate.
Without players around in a final in this game. Yes, it's hit the arm, but there's no way that's a penalty.
No.
So it's not even if there's players around.
And this is where I start throwing things at the telly when the experts on Match of the Day start talking about penalties and don't have a clue sometimes that, you know, if you're a yard away, especially people, I won't mention names, like Alan Shearer, who, you know, will say that, oh, well, it was hand to ball, ball to hand. And there's a guy who's flicked the ball up at his arms. Yeah. I remember Del Piero winning a penalty in Italy. It was a big...
deliberately...
and he's got the ability to just flick it up into the arm. And it flicked it on the arm, hit the arm, ref went pen.
Yeah, and it's ridiculous. It really is.
And that was not really... OK, that wasn't the same sort of thing, but it was. There was no way that she knew that was hitting her arm. No. And
it seems now every time it hits the arm in the box, a referee feels compelled that he's got to give a penalty.
The score is 2-1 to Thomas Telford here. I think even our director felt a bit sad for them and didn't want to award them a goal.
Ticket on one.
And
she's down again.
Free kicks being given there. Well, that's unfortunate. It does leave us a sour taste in the mouth
for
there.
now.
You do feel so. Here we're going to have another look at this. Here we go. I think the only thing you could say in the referee's trying to help the referee here is that the arm was slightly out at a natural angle.
Oh no, you had the a movement to go out, but I don't think it's a penalty.
No, I'm with you totally. Here's the free kick in, and that's straight through to the keeper. Well, 17 minutes to go, 16 minutes now for Shenfield to try and do something about this. I must say that I covered in fact, it was a girls' match at Birmingham City last week, and there was a penalty given there which affected the course of the match. And
good tackle again. She put some challenges in.
Yeah,
she does well.
And there was a penalty there that was an absolutely wonderful slide tackle. In fact, I said on the commentary, I went, absolutely perfect tackle. And then looked up and saw the ref pointing at the spot. And unfortunately, he watched it again on the big screen, and he apologised to the teams and everything. But you know, it's a difficult one. There is a school that says referees cannot change their mind if they realise they've made a mistake. But there are precedents for referees doing that. And I always think that if a ref does think that they've really made one, they can correct it before it's taken. Anyway, back on with the game here.
I agree with you.
Shenfield have it all to do now, and they are certainly pushing players up. They've got 5 up in a line for this kick. Played out to Ed Meads, and referee gives offside for Ed Meads there. Maybe should just overstep the line. A few Shenfield supporters, hello. Fair enough to say they're a little bit hard done by here, but now they've got to do something about it.
Well, that's it. They've got to, however hard done by, they've got to dig deep and get back in the game.
Yeah,
that's all they can focus on now. All right, let's get pushed forward, and this is where they've got to swarm all over them. Well done.
Here's Bolton. Yeah. Oh, this is amazing from Nairo. Oh, incredible skills. And she got through 2 players, left them on the floor, and there was just one to cover there. It was the left back that had come all the way in.
Well, she did brilliantly. She had very little support, all on her own, I think. And, you know, that's what I was saying. You know, they've got to really, Shenfield, swarm all over them now.
Yeah.
They've got to be relentless for the last 15 minutes of this game. They want to come out as winners. It's just going to be about really everybody hurrying, hassling, getting in, making things happen.
Substitute here below us, Kia Patel. He's coming on, and Macy Willis, number 7, is departing. Yes, it feels that Naira had that opportunity. She was almost just battling herself, and she doesn't have a lot of people supporting around. So there's a long ball played by Morford again. She's got a very sweet left foot, the captain for Thomas Telford. Goes out wide to the substitute, Patel. Good skills from Patel. Looking to play it inside quickly to Jennings, but cut out. Now Shenfield regather. Give the ball away easily again.
Yeah, too easy.
Here's Ed Meads, who's coming inside from still feeling her back. She's certainly playing through a pain barrier here, and Leanne Cato making a hash of that clearance and conceding the corner. Anna Morford looks to be going down to take this corner. Jessica Jennings is down there already. They might play this short. There's only one up there. Yep, they do. Nobody's covering Morford. Oh, Telford don't play that one too well. I suppose there could be an element of trying to just run the clock down as well at the moment. Morford wants to pass the ball on to Sophie Jones for the throw. Jennings. Morford in the box. Nice skills from Morford. Wants to get it on her left foot. Back to the edge of the box. Shot from distance. Deflection. Keeper covers. There's a decent crowd hung around. A lot of the kids have gone. The kick doesn't go that well, and Morford clears. Here's Craig. What a tackle again from Maisie Garwood. She doesn't hold back, does she?
Amazing.
On those tackles.
Yeah, she's been brilliant.
Vernon. Nairo in on the challenge. Vernon wins that one. Out left. Here's Jennings. Looking to play Craig in again. Craig.
You know what's coming?
There's the tackle. Maisie Garwood. Actually, I don't have a captain listed on the Shenfield team. And I can't see anybody wearing an armband. I thought the... but I think Garwood would probably be my captain if I was choosing a player in this team to be captain. Bit of true British grit and determination. Who did you play at the back with at Liverpool?
At Liverpool, the slimline Neil Ruddock.
So Neil would have done a few tackles like that in his time.
Yeah, he loved to tackle. He would deliberately have a bad touch so he could go into a tackle.
Really?
Phil Babb, Mark Wright.
Of course, Mark Wright, yes. What a World Cup he had in Italia 90, didn't he? Was it true? All right, here we go. Here's a question. Was it true? Yeah, you've just opened a can of worms here. We'll just watch this for a second. While John wonders what question I'm going to fire from next. Here's Eastwell. Plays it out well to Leanne Cato. Shenfield have to play the ball forward quickly here. They've got to get an equaliser. They've got 10 minutes. So was it true? Italia 90. Mark Wright ever there was a players' revolt, I suppose is not the right word, but
yeah, I know what
the
you mean.
players got together to tell Bobby Robson that they wanted to play with a fifth man in defence and have Mark Wright as that defensive midfielder. Is there truth in that rumour?
I've heard the rumour, but I don't know how much truth there is any more than you do.
Yeah.
I really don't. It's nothing I ever sort of discussed with Mark. And
we could give him a ring.
but I heard the same thing. I could ask him. Absolutely, I'm sure he would tell me now.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm sure
it's well past, isn't it? It's
well past, yeah. Oh, that's a.
Oh my goodness. Well, Garwood. I tell you, we were talking about Vinnie Jones earlier. That was a Vinnie Jones-esque.
It was.
He'd have been proud of this, wouldn't he? Here we go.
Absolutely. Here we go. Oh,
have some of that.
That's outrageous.
And not surprisingly, the referee's going to have a word with her.
No, that was outrageous. I mean, Vinnie would have been, yeah.
He'd have been proud of that. The spirit of Jones lives on to this day.
Yeah.
We've had Beckham-esque, we've had Vinnie Jones-esque.
We will She's played really, really well, actually, Maisie Garwood. Yeah. But that was the red mist descended on her, as they say.
Yes, for sure.
I think clearly the frustration with this game that's away from them, probably the injustice they feel of the penalty.
And it was Garwood that the penalty was given against, of course. You know, she feels most injustice of all because she's the one that was stood there. Was going, oh, what was that hit my arm? Oh, what? Penalty? Wootton. Into Morford, who's somehow found herself on the left wing.
Yeah, she's got a really good left foot. I mean, that goal was fantastic, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
That opening goal.
Yeah, she's... well, every free kick, every corner, every goal kick. Tell you what, when she buys a new pair of boots, I bet she doesn't need a right one. Ooh, little bobble there. She's probably kicked the ball more times than anybody else on the Thomas Telford team.
She's struggling, isn't she? I don't know who that is down there.
Yeah, number 4 is Chloe Eastwell. Coming up towards the last 7 minutes of the match. Of course, we're talking about football. Probably a lot of people watching. What, 1990? That was 10 years before I was born.
Yeah, you're not making me feel very comfortable to keep having this conversation about... Let's look just back at the season so far, how good it's been, eh?
Yeah. Well, we are coming to that stage in the match where I need you to. This is where John goes
crumbs,
into his inner self and goes quiet for the next 2.5 minutes and
makes you panic that
starts,
I've got no idea what I'm doing.
a random number generator comes out of his pocket.
Player of the match. Player of the match.
Yeah, have a little think. You know,
Yep.
I'll tell you.
Chloe Eastwell.
Yeah,
Done very well.
great left foot. Yeah, set up the
Lucy
first goal.
Edmeads, I think, has done very well. Shannon Drew, Sophie Nairo, I think, you know, they've done really, really well. Maisie Garwood. And then, you know, Thomas Telford, I think they've done brilliantly. I think Anna Morfitt has got better and better, led as a captain.
Yeah.
Defensively, they've all can be, you know, proud of what they've done. Eleanor Vernon. I think Sadie Craig has been outstanding. Emily Wooten, some really good performances.
Yeah.
I mean, and all of them deserve credit. I've got to pick one out. One name.
Yes, you have. In the next few minutes, we will know who our John Scales man of the match is for this under-15 girls schools cup final. There's still a bit of treatment going on down there. She's
tricky,
okay.
Tricky. I bet I've got loads of people screaming at the monitor, at the computer. Saying, obviously, it's such and such.
What match were you watching?
Yeah, there's no contest.
This is it in the hot seat. This is life in the hot seat. Forget being the manager of Chelsea. It's all about being the expert commentator on PlayStation Schools Cup Festival Day. I'm not giving you any help this time.
Come on. You're not, are you? Okay. Don't bother.
I'll tell you what, I could give you who my man of the match was and then let you follow, but then I would take the glory. Thomas Telford are 5 minutes away from taking the glory here.
Yep.
And it's good skills there from Emily Wooten. Probably a good time as John's still in.
No, Emily Wooten's done really well. I just, however good those skills have been, and it's been great to watch, I just don't know the impact that she's particularly had. I think others have had a greater impact. That's all. Fantastic, skillful player. I think she'll get better and better and better.
Yeah.
No disputing that. I'd just like to see somebody. I love seeing that.
Wooten crosses the ball in. Keeper clears now. 4 minutes to go, plus whatever added time. These are key moments. The keeper's not kicking too well here, but and Edmeads, who has put in a real shift in this match. She's obviously played through the pain barrier as well. Shenfield are in the under 14 small schools trophy final against Stretford tomorrow at 1:30. So we're going to see the yellow shirts of Shenfield tomorrow as well. Thomas Telford, well, they're here 8 times, as I said earlier. Mia Gray with the long throw. And this is where Shenfield need to start pushing players forward. It's all or nothing now, really. Nairo, again, she has been so central to everything Shenfield's done. She even comes back to receive the throw. And then, well, that was a 50-50, but goes Telford's way. Abigail Jones, sorry, that was Eleanor Vernon with a long throw. Ooh. Solid tackle there. A little bit of afters as well, just to add to it.
Isn't there?
Getting
frustration boiling over.
A little bit feisty out there, yeah. That was Lucy Edmeads there, who's obviously a competitor. I think we've opened a can of worms there, talking about Wimbledon earlier. We're getting the girls turning into.
We've sent the
violent
vibe down
folks
onto the pitch, haven't we?
Yes, absolutely. A bit concerned now. Here's a chance for Wooten. She's got a bit of space. Player down for Thomas Telford, but Wooten plays a poor ball. And that's taken her out of the running for the man of the match. I do excuse me saying man of the match. Of course I mean player of the match.
No, you do.
Here we go. Here's the skills from Nairo. There's Nairo getting stuck in, and there's the player going down.
Yeah.
On a Morfitt, she.
It was, yeah. And she's been really good. I'm just mentioning everybody. Okay, my player of the match.
Drum roll.
I mean, it might be controversial.
Controversial is your middle name.
But I am going with Sophie Nairo.
And the reason is?
I don't think she deserves to be on the losing side. But, you know, that you don't get anything for what you deserve. So I think she's played a fantastic game. I think she's been committed from the first whistle right the way through this match. She's put herself on the line and shown great skill and endeavour. Look, there are the girls I mentioned before. You know,
Yeah.
Sadie Craig, I think, has led the line brilliantly for Thomas Telford. I think Sophie's done a better job out there. That's right, yeah, Sophie Nairo. So I think, you know, she deserves it. She's played very, very well. Scored a great goal.
And she is our player of the match for today. I do agree, John. I think I would have chosen her, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, it's all
Of
well and
course I
good
can
saying
say
that now. Yeah. But I'm glad I got your support. You didn't go, well, what on earth are you thinking?
I didn't put a mark next to the name as I did earlier, but no, Sophie was fantastic. And she has battled hard. And I suppose if there's one thing is that she hasn't had a lot of support.
No, she
and
hasn't.
She has, you know, I did say early on in the commentary that, you know, some of her teammates might start getting a little bit more annoyed with her as the match went on. But actually, when you looked up and when she looked up, she didn't really see any options and there she is getting involved again. She's come back to receive the throw. You know, she's trying to do it as a one-woman show.
Still is.
Now she's going on the overlap on the left wing. You know, look at her movement.
Yeah.
She is trying to do a one-woman show to get her team back in this match, and I think. Okay, now you've said it, John. I can see it absolutely clearly. That's a great call. But it is fascinating. She came down for the throw-in down in the right wing back position, then played it inside, then ran around to the left wing. And here she is now up front. There's 6 Shenfield players up front.
Oh, no.
And that's just going to be totally wasted by Shannon Drew.
Oh, frustrating, isn't it? I mean, it's easy to sit up here and say, what are you doing? But she knows, doesn't she, how much was at stake. 5 minutes.
5 minutes at a time. Well, we're already in the second. One more match to go after this. Thomas Telford, Nairo again just sniffing around, trying to steal the ball. And Thomas Telford on the verge of making it 2 out of 3 in their finals for today. Craig, but that's lost out by Jennings. Patel chasing down Bolton. There's Nairo again, who's dropped back to help Bolton, and Nairo running through. Wonderful to see. She's won the throw-in. And Shenfield need to get players up quickly now.
Yeah, they've still got time. Come on, 3 minutes.
They've
It's
still
a long
got
time in football.
They've got 4. They've got 3 at the back marking 1. Surely they can push another player up.
You can get into penalties here.
Yeah. Nairo under pressure from Sophie Jones.
Oh, she's given it everything, hasn't she?
Yeah. Patel, lovely skills from Patel. This could be a 50-50. Patel just gets a touch and wins the throw.
She's done well since she's come on.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, she's been a real breath of fresh air for Thomas Telford on this right wing, and she's a speedy type as well, so she's really working her left back very hard. Eastwell puts that ball out. Down the line, Craig. Ball's going out of play again. Thomas Telford fans below us are having a little bit of fun.
They're in good voice, aren't they?
Yes.
Well, back to winning ways for Thomas Telford if they can see out the last minute and a half.
Nairo again takes on 2 players so easily, and it's the 3rd player that manages to steal the ball, but we've got an overlap on the right.
Yeah, there was.
Edmeades is here. Yep, she's still here. Here's Drew. Drew's looking. Edmeades is clear on the right, and Drew decides to have a shot from distance.
Well, I think you can certainly put down tiredness, fatigue being a factor in that.
Yeah. There was a ball to be played there, wasn't there?
There was outside.
You could just
a couple
see
of times, wasn't
from
there?
that angle, yeah. One pass through to, and Edmeades could have been in. Shenfield have got players up. Nairo yet again involved in everything. Feigns to have the shot. Plays it out to Edmeades. Edmeades into Drew. And Drew leaves a little foot in there as well. This is an extra bit of... Oh, here's Nairo through.
Oh, better
just
touch.
One touch on that, yeah. And here comes Patel. Look at the speed on Patel here. Taking the ball into the corner. Craig plays a lovely ball inside.
Oh,
Cleared by Shenfield. And Garwood back to help out.
skill.
Hode plays Nairo up front. Nairo's onside. She's got one to beat. If she can beat this player, she's in. And what an important touch. A corner is given to Shenfield.
Absolutely vital inception from Eleanor Vernon, wasn't it? She's down there with cramp as well. They're all falling down now.
She was through.
I mean, they played 85 minutes. It's nearly a full 90-minute match, this. You know, they really have been tested to the limit. And that time she really has stuck at her task brilliantly, Eleanor Vernon.
Yeah, that was a great touch from Vernon. Corner comes in, flicked on at the near post. It's open in the box, and appeal for handball. And
well, it's chested back to the keeper, isn't it? It's not.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe there's a bit of Shenfield thinking, well, look, we had one given against us.
True.
It's worth appealing. Telford clear out, surely.
Well, it's the last chance, isn't it?
This is last chance saloon now for Shenfield. They might as well just push everybody up. The referee's put the whistle to her mouth, and it's full time here. Shenfield have won the under-15 Schools Cup for girls. They've almost got no energy to celebrate. They're so tired. They absolutely had it. And while Shenfield can hold their heads up, they gave it absolutely everything. Look at the faces there.
I know, I'm just looking down there, yeah.
They've had it.
Yeah, they console themselves.
There's a bit of tears, there's a bit of emotion down there. The coaches are out to do their job to try and infuse their players and get them back on track.
No, you feel desperately sorry. There's always got to be a winner and a runner-up. Shouldn't really say a loser. They've lost the game, but they're runners-up in a fantastic tournament
absolutely.
Of very, very high standards. So I think that's why the coach will be down there saying, look how far you've come, look at the experience you've had. Yeah, you'll be as gutted as anybody to lose a match. We're all in that situation.
We'll have a look at the goals here. This is it seems an age ago. 1.5 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, Chloe Eastle with that lovely ball in, and then, well, Sophie Nairo with a fantastic touch. Gets across the defender. She really did well in this game. Yeah, that showed the intent that Shenfield had in this very opening stage of the game. That was so early on, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Got their noses in front. And this was the equalizer, the captain, Anna Morfitt. One touch, two touch, get out of her feet, and then it's an absolute screamer into that corner. Bit easy going past the defender. Shows you mustn't sell yourself when you're going to challenge a ball, but take nothing away from that. Strike from, well, 30 yards almost. Brilliant. And that got them back on level terms. And then this was the surprise, wasn't it? There, didn't see much in it. You've got to see it in slow motion, then see it in slow motion again.
And it was against Jasnal Bolton.
Yeah, it just flicked up off her.
Yeah. and nobody appealed. And
Well, that's the point, isn't it? You know, if you didn't get the complaints from the players, I'm amazed the referee gave that, and of course it was the decisive goal. Emily Wootton puts that away.
So the final score here at the Medeski Stadium in the under-15 Schools Cup for Girls final. Thomas Telford win by 2-1 over Shenfield High School. And I think it's fair enough to say as well that with nearly 1,000 teams entering this competition, runners-up is certainly not a bad mark.
So we're just going to have the award and medal ceremony now. Giving out the trophies today, we have Mike Spink, who's the chairman of the English Schools Campaign. Also we have Steph Halford, who's come downstairs in Manchester City. She'll be handing out the trophies and medals. So we'll do the match officials first. So match officials, can we have a round of applause for them? We have referee Claudia Myrick. We have assistant referee Jordan Christopher and Chris Haynes. And fourth official Harry Hendricks. Thank you very much for your efforts today. Now we do have a player of the match award, and today it goes to Sophie Ayaro. Come on, opening up, come on Sophie. Can we have a massive round of applause? She wins the PlayStation 4 as well for a record. And let's go for everyone else. Sophie Clark, number 1. Number 14, Maya Gray. Number 3, Leanne Cato. Number 4, Chloe Eastwell. Number 5, Sadie Parade. Number 6, Casey Garwood. Number 7, Ellen Hall. Number 8, Lucy Etney. Number 9, Shannon Drew. Number 11, Chantal Bunton. Number 12, Emily Power. Number 2, Olivia Gibbons. Number 15, Sharon Proposer. And number 16, Shannon DeVos. Your Shenfield High School runners-up. And the 2 team managers, that's what guys put the medals for you as well. Team managers, we need your medals as well. Shenfield High School. You've got your medals. So we have the winners here, Thomas Telford. Number 1, Lydia Simkis. Number 2, Sophie Jones. Number 3, Abigail Jones. Number 5, Sienna Parrish. Number 6, Eleanor Vernon. Number 7, Macy Willis. Number 12, Nicole Collins. Number 9, Sadie Trade. Number 10, Jessica Jennings. Number 11, Emily Wooten. Number 13, Lauren White. Number 8, Sophie Johnson. Number 14, Natasha Bowater. Number 15, Pia Patel. And the captain, number 4, Anna Morfitt.
fantastic effort from the boys. So there we have it. The winners of the ESFA PlayStation Under-15 Schools Cup for Girls, Telford School!
Jamie, coach of Shenfield, unlucky today, just wasn't your day, was it?
It wasn't. Obviously on the day some of the decisions went against us. We were a little bit obviously aggrieved by some of those things, but just getting here is a fantastic thing for the girls. I mean, third year in a row now we've reached the last 4 in the country. We've got knocked out in the 2 semi-finals the previous 2 years. Just getting here is progress in itself, and I thought they were fantastic today. They should hold their heads high and be pleased and proud of what they've managed to do.
Well, me and John Scales were up in the commentary box and we're looking at the teams who haven't made it through. There's nearly 1,000 teams entered this competition, and to think that your girls are second out of nearly 1,000 is something to be proud of.
I mean, that in itself is something to be proud of. Something else I'd like to really highlight is the fact that there's actually only 70 girls in this year group. So to be from such a small school with such few resources, or human resource in terms of players, for them girls who commit fully every single week to playing games, training, etc., it's an even bigger achievement. I couldn't be more proud of the girls.
Where do you go from here with them?
Onwards and upwards, hopefully. I mean, we've still got games to play. We'll obviously be involved next year as well, and we'll look to go one step further next year. And kind of that's the sight we hold dear, the fact that we might have that chance of going and being in that position next year rather than walking away with runners-up medals, unfortunately.
It was one of those games, I think John Scales said it was a shame someone had to lose it because, you know, it was there for both teams. A little bit of bad luck with the penalty, I think we all agree with that one. But look, you know, you guys did proud. Well done today.
Thank you very much. Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Anna, great performance from your girls today, and the Thomas Telford steamroller rolls on, doesn't it?
Yeah, what a game. You know, fair play to Shenfield. It was such a tough game. From the off, you know, we went down early on to a short corner routine that we actually do ourselves, and they actually went and scored early on in the game. And you know, we didn't let our heads drop. We went back at it, and it was a battle. You know, right to the end. You know, Shenfield was so strong. We haven't come across them until today, obviously in previous years, so we didn't really know what to expect. But absolutely buzzing, so made up for the girls.
They're a cracking team, aren't they, Shenfield? Like, you know, they feel a bit hard done by. I think we all agree that penalty was possibly a little bit of fortune on your side, but you know, at the end of the day, it's 2 really good teams, and in a competition with nearly 1,000 entries, to come away winning that is quite amazing.
Yeah, it is. You know, I do feel for Shenfield. I haven't seen the replay of obviously the penalty that was given, but you know, it happens in football, unfortunately, and I know it must feel it's happened against us, and you know, I'm just really proud of our girls, and you know, fair play to Shenfield. They're a very strong side, and it could have gone either way today.
And it's great to see Thomas Telford have had a great time with, I think the girls are about to attack us as well in a second, but Thomas Telford, they've had such a great side with the boys football, but here it is, the girls football as well is doing superbly here.
Yeah, we've just, you know, we've had a great season. We've been in 4 finals, so we've had one, second one today. We've got 2 to come, one tomorrow and one on Wednesday. It's just been a fantastic season, and the under-13s won at Wembley in the 6-a-side as well. So, you know, really proud of all the girls in all age groups, but you know, particularly these girls because they lost here 2 years ago. So it's great to come back 2 years later and to actually win. You know, it's a great feeling.
Well, Anna Perks, thanks for talking to us, and have a nice coach journey back up to Telford. Are you back down here later in the week at all?
Yeah, we're back tomorrow with the under-13 girls, and then back on Wednesday with the under-14s. So.
Are you going back up and down in between?
Yeah, we are taking them back and then bringing them back down. So.
Me and John Scales are going to start a coach company right next door to Thomas Telford, because we think the coach companies in your area are absolutely quidding it in at the moment.
Yeah, they are.
Anyway, well done, congratulations.
Thank you.